Have you noticed exactly how quiet it's gone behind the scenes of the BBC, particularly with these two, Naga Munchetti and Charlie State, the main presenters of BBC Breakfast News? Apparently it's the flagship show that everybody tunes into every single morning for unbiased and impartial news. Right. It's interesting though, isn't it? Because the investigation was going on, it was all over the newspapers, and apparently things were looking rather tricky for Naga. So much so that she decided, of course, to try a look over at Sky and at LBC Radio, but apparently they weren't keen either. Again, you have to say allegedly. But as from next month, the BBC are going to be ramping up their, well, shall we say, hard push to get the money that they believe that you owe them for watching their services. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. Nice to have your company. I hope you're keeping well. You're keeping fine and dandy. It's not so bad as we head towards, yes, I mean, it's frightening to think, isn't it? We're coming towards the end of August. Where have all those beautiful months gone? Do you feel like that? It's just gone in a flash, isn't it? And suddenly now you're getting bombarded with the news that what you should be watching in the autumnal months. I don't want to watch some of this stuff, I don't get a lot of it, What I do find incredible when you think is the money that they put out there. There was something called Survivor that was going to do wonders, and it was one of the most expensive shows the BBC ever made, and it just bombed, even though it followed Strictly Come Dancing last year. And you think, well, that's the public are not interested. But you see, time and time again, as I keep pointing out, it's your money. And, anybody else, was running this organisation, unlike this man, Tim Davie, well, you'd think he'd be fired. Well, no, apparently not. You see, Tim Davie is going to be looking, along with his crack team, at all the people that they believe should be paying a TV licence but aren't. Now, as I've told you before, this is a farce in itself, because the BBC do this literally by the age group and where you live. And if they feel that you're in an affluent area where, of course, you may live and you don't want to have the embarrassment of the TV detector van coming round, well, you may just cough up with a few sort of threatening quiet visits, or indeed the numerous letters that many receive basically saying you either pay up or we're coming to take your TV away, or something ridiculous like that, threatening to put you in prison, the sort of thing. But what's interesting is, behind the scenes, while they're spending a fortune on pin badges, literally, so that people have to report any unsavoury behaviour inside the BBC by other colleagues. Oh yes, this is all in the wake of the Hugh Edwards scandal, right? So again, 61,000 plus just on badges. It's ridiculous. And if you remember also, Paddy McGuinness, another allegedly BBC TV star, the man that managed to finish, of course, Question of Sport after they, well, unscrupulously got rid of Sue Barker as their host, even though it was very popular. Well, he then got another deal, according to this report, for £250,000. But they never actually made anything because, well, no, it's just the BBC. Now they've actually completely capitulated and decided that this disgraced former BBC newsreader, their main anchor, the star of BBC News, Hugh Edwards, is never giving his money back, over £200,000, that the BBC willingly continue to pay him. And this is what you don't know. You see, behind the scenes, the legalities are they can't get the money back. They knew that from the off because they willingly paid him. It wasn't about what was the outcome of the court case, whether it was going to be sent to prison or a suspended sentence. They were happy to continue to pay their presenter. They could have suspended pay until, absolutely, right, Mr. Davie, you could have suspended pay until the court case had reached its final conclusion. But the BBC decided, no, they were just going to let it go. So now over £200,000, plus of course the aforementioned money that was paid to the TV presenter, and the flop Survivor series, which runs into, well, millions. Bottom line is, they're coming for your money because they've decided they can't manage anymore. What's interesting is I know many people that work inside the BBC, and many pop in one day a week because there isn't apparently the office space to accommodate them all. And when they do turn up, it's normally just a coffee, a chat, and just to let the boss know that they've appeared. If you truly knew how the BBC ran, you wouldn't be willingly paying your BBC TV licence. But for now, it seems once again they're going to go hardball on the people that really should be left alone. How about going for the people in those areas that the BBC detective vans dare not even turn their car door round to? It's interesting, isn't it? Again, it's always the people that they feel are the weakest that will pay up the most. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was Tim Davie, I'd be looking at finding another job, because clearly you cannot run the BBC. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.